Hi there, Mark. So I wanted to give you some feedback on this page in case it can help you still in your timeline now or in a future run of this particular page or something like it. So first of all, I think it's great that you say right off the bat that it's free. That's really clear to see, and that's awesome. I like that you have pictures of you and Aaron, so it's like very clear who's going to be doing the presenting. So my first bit of feedback is for the title. So it feels like a really long title. It feels like too much to read right there. Like almost, it feels like a paragraph just because there's so much stuff. So it says, remodelers, regain your freedom, capture your local 50 plus market, do fewer projects, earn more profit, find life balance again. So 5 things it's saying to do, which is kind of a lot, I would think. And then also there's a ... between these two, but then there's periods between the other ones. So that visually just makes me as a reader have to process a little more like, okay, wait, am I missing something that you're trying to communicate with the punctuation? So I would just watch out for that. And then remodelers. Okay, so I'm assuming since this guy is a picture, he looks like he's doing some work on some plans. Maybe he does construction for homes. I still might be even more specific if you can with who your real ideal target market is. So are these remodelers for big business buildings, commercial buildings, or is it residential? Is it high-end residential? Is it more just like general market? I don't know what you guys are doing, and I didn't look at your main site yet to help give you feedback on that. I should have, I apologize. But that's something to keep in mind. If you can make it even more clear who you're really targeting, then when the person comes to see this, if it's really speaking to them, then they're going to be like, oh, I have to jump into this class. So on that note, it says the time that the class is starting, but I don't see anywhere where it says how long the class is. And I do wonder about it just because there's so many things that you guys seem like you're going to be covering. So it might be worth somehow mentioning that it goes for an hour or 2 hours. You can maybe even put that range somewhere. I don't know how you might do that, but as an idea. Okay, let me turn off my highlighter so I can scroll down. Okay, so down here, in this class, you'll learn how to. Okay, so in general, there are a lot of bullets, and my feedback for how to work with these bullets is going to make it seem like even more stuff. And that kind of goes back to my general feedback of what exactly can you really accomplish in this course? So are you trying to cram in too much, or are you just describing, like over describing what is going to be covered? So just something to keep in mind. All right, it says consistently reach 50 plus customers ready to buy. Okay, when I read up above the 50 plus, I was thinking that meant 50 years old, customers who are 50 years old or older. Is that what you mean? Or do you mean that you would reach 50 clients or more? So that's just something to consider. I'm not sure as I'm reading it, so maybe your audience might not be sure. Do less overhead work and keep your best use of time as owner. Do less overhead work. Okay, I might put a period here and then take this bit and move it down to another bullet. But I don't love that part of the sentence. Keep to your best use of time as owner. I don't feel like that's a clear sentence, so I would reword it to make it sound stronger. So maybe like, use your limited time as owner for revenue producing efforts or work or something like that, that is even more specific to how they could use your time most wisely, and just reword it because I feel like the way that it is not really clear at first glance. And you want to make this crystal clear, just like without thinking, it should be clear as a bell. All right, build a legacy worthy of your effort for family or employees. Okay, don't love that sentence either. How about, let's see, build a legacy worth your effort. So maybe instead of worthy of, just take those out. Worth your effort. It communicates the same thing, and it's a little bit less to process. Build a legacy worth your effort for family or friends. Okay, because the family or employees comes right after effort, it almost feels like the effort part is attaching to the family. So it's like your effort for family or friends versus the legacy that's going to be for them. And then also the word legacy does imply in its meaning leaving behind something to someone to whom you endow it. So I'm not sure if family or employees is necessary. Maybe we could just say build a legacy worth your effort, or build a worthwhile legacy, something like that. And then you don't even have to go to a second line with words, and it's just really clear. All right, generate more profit with fewer projects and spend more time with your family. I would maybe just make this its own bullet, knock that down. Generate more profit with fewer projects. Get the best local exposure for your business, and never buy advertising. I might also take that off and just make this a new bullet. So it's just really fast to read, like, and then create real change in your customers. Okay, that needs an apostrophe. Following the S because it's more than one customer's lives, and the communities that you serve. Okay, cool. So this is going to be a lot of bullets. If you take my advice, you might be up to like 7 or 8 bullets, and that's kind of a lot. So tying back into what I said before, are you really going to be able to cover all this in the class? If so, that's awesome, but maybe somehow indicate what the time is going to entail to get through the course, and make that 50 plus market. Yeah, see, up here it seems like it's the age, 50 years or older. And then down here it seems like it's a number of customers or more. So maybe watch out for that. Yeah. Okay, but overall, I think that I love the look of it. I think it's super clean, which I really like. The buttons are obvious of where to click on. So that yellow is very different from the rest of the blue and the white. So I think that's really good. Yeah, overall, I think it's strong. And if you just kind of make a few tweaks to make it even more crystal clear at first look, I think that it'll go a long way. So I hope that's helpful. Bye.